Anyway, I know you got your first guitar for your brother, right?
Yes, I did.
Did he actually study guitar or not really?
No, my brother was tone deaf. But all three of my brothers were more than 20 years older than me, right? And so they all were out of high school, they joined the Air Force. And unfortunately for them, that was just in time to serve in the Vietnam War. So they all went to serve, and fortunately they all came home. My brother David, he, the middle of my three older brothers, was a big blues fan. He couldn't play or sing, but he loved the blues. So when he got home, our sister, who's right in between, so she's 16 years older than me, and she was 8 or 10 years younger than them. She brought my brother David a guitar, a cheap guitar, for a coming home present. And he couldn't play it, so after about 2 weeks, he gave it to me for my 7th birthday. And he gave me his favorite blues record, Lightning Hopkins, Anthology of the Blues. And that was how I started.
Okay, man, cool. So what is it about the guitar that's really made you dedicate your whole life to it? What do you think? I know it's probably hard to put into words, but...
That's not so much. First of all, my family wasn't very musical. My sister was actually a great classical violinist, but she quit the day she graduated from high school, became a stockbroker, and never went to college, never looked back. My brothers, like I said, my parents were not, didn't play music professionally or even at home really for fun, but they made sure that I grew up with a great appreciation for music. So I got to see, where I grew up on Long Island, there was a concert hall there. I saw the symphony, I saw opera, I saw Michael Jackson, I saw Jackson 5, I saw...
my brother, yeah, we really like Michael Jackson, actually.
Oh, yeah, who doesn't?
The Jacksons, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I saw Count Basie Orchestra, I saw Duke Ellington, I saw Ella Fitzgerald, I saw Oscar Peterson with Joe Pass. I saw all this music between the ages of 7 and 14. I saw this great music, in person, as well as going to, there was a jazz series at the local library where guys from New York City would take the hour drive out to the island and play. So I could see, I didn't know who these guys were at the time.
Yeah.
But I had a love for the music, and I had an affinity for playing music. So I played saxophone in the school band, bass in the orchestra, in the classical orchestra, and I played guitar in little bands around the neighborhood, and took private lessons. And although I didn't intend to become a musician, I was really connected to playing music, and the guitar was my favorite. I saw George Benson play with the Boston Pops Orchestra, and they were doing the Breezin record live. They did that on television, PBS, when I was maybe 11 or 12, and that blew me away. To see somebody watching George play, and he was at his prime.
So what was it, 1970?
77, 78, something like that. Yeah, it was just, that was just the most, that was still one of the most incredible things I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
That, was that. And so, so I had all that going, and then my parents retired and wanted to move away from New York. So after 10th grade, I had 2 more years of high school left. They retired to Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place. And now it's amazing. But in 1982, Seattle was like a pumpkin patch compared to New York, right? Nothing. And so we didn't have internet and shit like that. I was just going to nowhere, right? Leaving all my friends and all this shit. So when I got there,
but now it's in the 90s, it became like the sort of a music mecca, right?
Of course, but I was too early. I didn't believe me. It was just
already
regular, no mecca at all. The only thing they did there in the 80s was build airplanes.